it must have been. This is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
And now I know what the worst movie I've ever seen is. This is it.
We're back.
Oh, hello. So we're back for our last movie. I think this movie is Bob?
Sasquatch Sunset. Or, as Patty will call it, Sunset Squash.
Kind of like that.
I do too. So I just go into it here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. About a year ago, I ran into somebody who was working on a movie. And I said, oh, what's the movie called? And she said, Sasquatch Sunset. And I said, oh, okay. Sounds interesting. And
So polite.
well, I mean, I said, where are they going with this? What's it going to be? Like a Sasquatch movie? Oh, okay, great. And but in the meantime, the following week there was this huge poster in the lobby of the Grove Theater for Sasquatch Sunset, and I said, "Oh, so it's not just a low budget thing,
Right.
What is this going to turn out to be?" And then when it came on TV, very quickly.
Yeah. Faster than a speeding bullet.
I said, well, I've got to give this movie a chance. I like that person who told me about it, although I think I was thinking of somebody else on another movie, because after I watched the movie, I looked and I could not find this person's name in the credits anywhere. Anyway, what this movie is, well, I'm going to get into it slowly because I got into it slowly. I was expecting one of these Sasquatch horror movies, blah, 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 blah. And then it started out, the first scene is like they're throwing shit at people. And I thought, oh, God, what is this going to be? And then as the movie went on, I said, well, this is kind of interesting because here's a lumber truck. So they're not making this something, this isn't Quest for Fire, this isn't the past. This is about something, this is about, this is saying, okay, Sasquatch exists, and they're living in the woods in the Northwest United States, and we're going to treat them as a family living in the woods in the Northwest United States. And I said, okay, maybe I'll give this a little more. And it stars Jesse Eisenberg is the most well-known name. Riley Keough plays the woman in the group. The other two actors, the one who's the father family, whose people, that family I think got this movie made because they, I think as they recall, their names were all over it, and one of them might have directed it. And then there's a younger Sasquatch who plays a lot of kids in movies, apparently. But what was interesting to me pretty early on was this is not like any movie I've ever seen in my life, because it's not treating it as a comedy. It's not treating it as a horror movie. It's like, hey, Sasquatch exists. Here they are. We're showing you how they live. And why they particularly picked Sasquatch Sunset, I'm not sure. Although maybe what they're saying with this movie is this is the end of the Sasquatches. But what it is, huh?
I just went,
Interesting. What it became to me, first of all, there's a scene in it where the younger adult, played by Jesse Eisenberg, sees a turtle and picks it up and is looking at it, and the turtle grabs his tongue and won't let go. And I could not stop laughing. I thought this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, with this guy trying to get a turtle off his tongue and having no idea what's going on. And then as it progressed, they kept, here they are, they're surviving this way. And then they got to a scene that is a throwback to a scene from a movie called Sometimes a Great Notion, that Paul Newman directed. It was the other book written by the guy who wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I'm not going to give away too much of it, but it has to do with something that would happen to someone who lives alone in the wilderness. And it is heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking. Just watching that scene, I just said, I got to completely revisit Jesse Eisenberg's career, because this is a great scene. He wrote it, he directed it, and he's playing this character in it. And what happens in the scene is like, it's like a horror scene in that it's a setup, something happens, and you see it's going to, okay, yeah. And then they just follow it through to the reality of it. And the expression on his face as he goes through what's happening to him is just amazing. And basically, at that point too, I'm watching all these different characters, and I got to say, this girl, Riley Keough, who is Elvis Presley's granddaughter, is brilliant in this movie, because first of all, there's no dialogue in this movie. The dialogue is all grunts.
No, there is not.
No, the dialogue is all grunts, because they don't have a language. They speak.
How do they know? Nobody's seen Sasquatch. They might talk like that. Well, we don't know.
We'll wait a little later for when they get to that version. Okay. Because as they are moving on from their final drama, I'll say, and it's like X number of them are still alive. They're moving on to whatever is next for them. They don't know what it's going to be. We don't know what it's going to be. And I just thought, wow, I just watched a movie that is a really grabber about creatures that may not exist, that probably don't exist. But I am completely into this story, and I have literally never seen anything like it on screen. And that's why I'm calling it the best picture of the year.
Oh, God.
Susie. Well, I was shocked that this was made in 2024. I was like, when was this movie made? It was 2024. Well, I didn't see it the way you saw it. I was kind of like it like I was saying, it kind of reminded me like if you were in an acting class and people would say, okay, let's ad lib. We're a family of Sasquatches, and we're going through basically a week of our life, right? And that's what it kind of reminded me of. But I was like, okay, why? It would be maybe an acting exercise, but it's like I just didn't understand what are they trying to say. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
I didn't know either.
Because excuse me, we don't know what Sasquatches are like if they exist, right? So this is his impression of them, and it's kind of like it said it could be a cult classic or an exercise in the absurd, right? It's just kind of like that. It's not for everybody. I'm sure there are some people who will find it quite interesting.
Really?
There you go.
There's one right there. I want two.
He's a Gemini.
No,
of course, aren't you a Gemini?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, worse.
My birthday's in 2 weeks.
Happy birthday, babe. Okay, keep going.
I'm never speaking to these clowns again.
They're both mutable. So anyways, I was just, and it's just, what's his name?
Spit it out,
Jesse Eisenberg or whatever.
Jesse Eisenberg.
He funded it. He basically funded it.
No wonder I hated his other movie.
I'm like,
the shit movies.
It's just really, for the avant-garde, I guess. And I'm just not that avant-garde. I didn't get it. It's like, never mind. Go ahead.
I didn't see the movie that you saw. I mean, I didn't see it that way. It would have been nice if I had.
It's a genetic thing.
But there was no point to it. And if there was, I didn't get it. The grunting just drove me out of the. It's like put some lingo into it. You know what I mean? It was just one of the. It must have been. This is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
And now I know what the worst movie I've ever seen is. This is it. So it's got some accolade there. Okay, Lon.
Nope.
I'm not surprised by the response.
Well, for me, it was like a sort of odd film because I sort of agree with you, Susie, that it's like, well, I didn't understand the point of why this was made. Because,
and it was important to me. He had to raise the money for this.
And I watched this movie twice because I first put it on.
You watched it twice?
Yeah, because I put it on.
Oh, my God.
So I watched the first 40 minutes and I thought, okay, I can't go on.
I'm going to kill myself.
So it's like, because there's nothing really, I'm not into it. So then, I finished the movie. Then I thought, you know what? In fact, that was the week that I watched everything twice. I think I mentioned, I just like for some reason.
This movie twice. You should be given a friggin' medal.
And I have to admit, I think you're right about this. Is it Riley Keough? Was that
Riley
right?
Keough, yeah.
Keough, and then Jesse Eisenberg, and then Christoph Zajac-Denek plays the small Sasquatch, child Sasquatch, and Nathan Zellner, one of the directors, plays the alpha male. I thought they were all excellent doing what they were doing. My problem is, like I said, it's like I just didn't understand what it was.
What are they doing?
It was like watching a nature film. I mean, that's what you're basically watching. But the thing is, I didn't find it anyway interesting for me personally. So I figured this has to be like a Zen experience. You just gotta let it go out and unfold.
It's that deep. You guys keep giving me something deep.
And maybe there's some existential commentary on it. I mean, the fact that I hate to bring up spoilers, but like you said, you find out, they're not in. They're in the common era or the modern era, I should say.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. They let you know that up in about the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Do they?
Yeah, when the truck is knocking down a tree.
Oh, geez. See, I don't even remember that. I literally don't even remember a truck at the first 10 minutes. I don't remember that.
Because you were numb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 11 minutes.
But okay. But yeah, and so it would be hard for me to recommend this film, but I was going to say exactly what you guys said. If you like experimental films or something, because you're right, Bob, this is a unique film. It's nothing like anything I've seen anymore. I just literally didn't find it entertaining, me personally. So
unique is the wrong word because dog shit on ice cream is unique.
That is
good.
No,
what's unique about a dog shitting on ice cream?
No, it's already on the ice cream.
Okay, George.
Okay, so the movie is kind of odd. I thought it was 2001: Space Odyssey. Got stuck in the intro, but I try to find a deeper meaning in it. And to me, it's like the title is Sasquatch Sunset, and the movie is really how it is the sunset for the Sasquatch, for their life, for their they're becoming irrelevant in modern life, modern technology. So it's
as opposed to that rich, relevant culture they had before.
Right. So they were influencers. So, but it's kind of like they're in the life of the Sasquatch. But it shows they do things like it shows how they experience things. Sometimes they experience things for the first time, and how dangerous it is to live at that time. Like they're eating flowers and somebody eats something they get an allergy suddenly. That's your experience or what's that? Is that a mountain lion? I think I'm gonna go play with it or something. The little things that they do that's really, or it shows how because they
how they communicate, for example.
How they come in with grants too, but also how they might die from stupid things that most people would not die from because they're experiencing things, because they don't know any better. And also, I thought what's the thing we say? The one that I like is that this is the one, but the movie's trying to show this is the one Sasquatch that he's always trying to count, but he can only count to like 3 or something. He goes, he's trying to see the stars, and he's trying to count. So it shows like they're trying. There's an evolution happening, but it's not quite there, and it's almost like that's what stops them from moving
advancing.
Because they can their evolution only is going to go so far. So I think they're trying to make that kind of a point, make that kind of message. If I want to go deep into it.
No, I think that's good. George. I think that's excellent.
So and it's pretty interesting to do a movie that's the entire movie is just pretty much no dialogue. It's just grunts. So and in a way you understand what they're doing and what they're saying, but even though they're grunting, and also when they do a little thing where they have a little thing where they hit threes in unison and they kind of communicate that way too. So it's showing them how they slowly evolve, but yeah, but not quite enough.
Not fast enough.
Not fast enough. So it's I mean, it is really a movie, but I can see where they were going with that too, what they were trying to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm not as bad on it as this guys. But so in what's I gonna say? What did I write there? I can't remember.
Something little.
Experience. Yeah. So yeah, they left for Sasquatch, and it's how they try to survive and what it must have been like to live in that environment and survive and how you. Oh, there's one scene where they went to this campsite and they kind of going through it, and the guy, one of them picks up a radio and he's playing some like Depeche Mode or something, or I don't remember if it was Tears for Fears or one of your trash. He's like hypnotized by it. It's modern technology. It's just they're being phased out. The movie showing how they're just being phased out from society.
Yeah, it says in Wikipedia, it says "Love to Hate You." So I don't know that song.
What the hell is that?
Okay, so no, it's one of those Euro trash.
Erasure.
Erasure. It's Erasure. That's Erasure. So, but they're trying to. I think they're trying to make that point. That's why the title's so perfect. It's their sunset. They're going. Yeah. They're moving on. But it still was a pretty odd movie. Some of the behavior, but it was. It felt like I was watching a nature show too.
Would you watch it again?
No.
I thought that was an interesting analysis. You gave me some more to think about.
That's true.
Yeah, and to me, the expression on Jesse Eisenberg's face when he realizes he's going to die, that was so strong.
That was good.
Because it was it was like innocent. It was complete innocence.
Spoiler alert for anybody who's going to watch it.
But it's more stupid. But it's stupid things too. Like he's actually could have said, but he's.
Oh, I forgot. He
does stupid things.
So, too much.
Okay, let's score.
That's it.
I have a hard time with this because it was such an unusual movie that wasn't a bad movie.
It was a bad movie.
No, it wasn't.
No,
it was like the content was like
bad.
Was I just don't accept the concept. Okay. But you actually gave me some insight into that, right? So yeah, I'll go with 4.
I'll go with the 2.
I give it a 4.
Where are you coming up with 2? What happened to 0?
And she's being kind.
And I was being kind because I was thinking 0.
So it's 2 for me. Huh?
Wait, George, what do you think?
Oh, no, I'll give it a 6.
Hmm?
Oh, man.
Okay, so.
And Riley Keough. I mean, I didn't know who the hell she was. I said, I think she's famous for something, but her expression when they're walking away at the end, I mean, it was like, there's so much going on in her face.
I think you have to be an actor to really appreciate that. I couldn't tell one from the other. I just felt it for the height.
Okay, are we buying it?
Well, yeah.
So that ends episode 77. I hope you enjoyed it. Actually, this movie is really, you're never going to see this one. What do you call that? What
Once
are we doing?
or never again.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
I'm stunned. Okay.